In this video, I am going to show you how to download and use the Grammarly app on your mobile device. Before we get started with the demonstration, a little bit of housekeeping. I've left some time tags in the comments section below, so if you get bored of me rambling on, feel free to skip ahead at any time. I'll be demonstrating everything on an iPhone, but Android users, I suspect the process is very similar for you guys, if not identical, so hopefully you'll get something out of this video too. The Grammarly mobile app is completely free to download and use. You do not need to have a Grammarly premium subscription to use it. In fact, you don't even need to have an account with Grammarly at all. It is literally completely free. If you are used to using Grammarly on a laptop or desktop or even on an iPad, you need to be aware that the mobile app is quite different. The Grammarly mobile app is called the Grammarly keyboard, and it is simply that. It offers an alternative keyboard to the standard one you'll find in iOS and Android. Whilst that might sound a little bit odd, there is good reason for it. By functioning as a keyboard, it allows you to use the Grammarly app to correct spelling and punctuation in whatever app you're typing in, whether that be Facebook, YouTube, Gmail, Twitter, so forth and so on. The downside to this setup is that you don't get access to your Grammarly editor, so you can't work on documents you've saved in Grammarly and you can't create new documents. Finally, for the Grammarly app to work correctly, everything you write must go back to Grammarly. In fact, when enabling the keyboard, you must accept the disclaimer which stipulates exactly that point, that Grammarly receives a copy of everything you type. So if you're concerned about privacy, that's something to be aware of before you start using the keyboard. Okay, with all the information out of the way, let's get started on the demonstration. Downloading and installing the Grammarly app on your mobile is the same as installing any app. Simply go to the App Store, search for Grammarly, and you should see the Grammarly keyboard come up there and hit download. Once installed, open the app and we're prompted to either sign up or sign in. You can sign up using your Apple, Facebook or Google account, or alternatively, you can simply use an email address. There is a third option which is not signing in at all, and in terms of functionality, the only thing you miss out by not signing in is the personal dictionary. The dictionary allows you to add words that Grammarly will not auto-correct. So if you like to use a lot of acronyms like LOL and OMG, you can add these to the dictionary, but you will need to sign in. If you're a premium subscriber, the other benefits of signing in is that you'll get those additional premium suggestions for writing, such as readability, tone, and that kind of thing. Okay, Wilson has a free Grammarly account, so I'll sign in using that, and because it's a free account, Grammarly will automatically prompt us to subscribe for premium, and I'll close that window down. Having signed in, the next step is to enable the Grammarly keyboard in settings. Clicking the button will take us directly to the appropriate setting, but if it doesn't, you can get there by going to your settings app, scrolling down until you see Grammarly, and opening the option for keyboards. If not already enabled, press the slider to enable the keyboard, and then we're asked to enable full access, which requires agreeing to that disclaimer I discussed in the introduction. The Grammarly keyboard will not work without full access enabled, so you will need to agree to that disclaimer, but please be aware what you are agreeing to, because it's a pretty big deal. Having enabled the Grammarly keyboard and full access, the last step is to decide whether you wish to enable Grammarly Insights, which is basically allowing Grammarly to send notifications to you of your writing improvements, and they'll probably send you discounts on their premium subscription. I'll enable the option, and we're now ready to start using the keyboard in different applications. I'll demonstrate the keyboard using Facebook, and I'll also send an SMS message. We'll start by opening Facebook, and I'll update my status and try adding a few mistakes, which won't be difficult with my typing ability. I'll type in "love the new Grammarly keyboard app" and I'll add keyboard as two words. You can see that Grammarly identifies the errors, and similar to a normal keyboard, we can click on each one to correct the spelling, and then we get suggestions for alternatives to common words. And you can see that Grammarly is recommending that I change app to application, so I'll click on that too. You'll see the Grammarly icon to the left there, and I'll show you how that works by writing an SMS. I'll discard this update and we'll go into the messaging app. Before I start typing my message, I'll quickly show you how you can switch between the Grammarly keyboard and other keyboards by clicking on the little globe icon down the bottom there. You can choose between the standard keyboard, the Grammarly keyboard, and any other keyboard you have installed, like the emoji keyboard. Back in the Grammarly keyboard, I'll create my new message and I'll add some common typos. Are you on your way yet? Mum said they're leaving now. You can see Grammarly has identified 3 errors, and this time we'll click on the Grammarly icon and we'll get a little bit more information about each of those errors, and we can slide between them left and right. In this view, we also get 3 additional options. We can click on the little trash can that tells Grammarly to ignore the error. Clicking on the little plus will add the word to your personal dictionary so that Grammarly will no longer try and correct it. And pressing on the little settings wheel in the corner of the screen takes us to the Grammarly app where we can change our keyboard settings. So I'll quickly fix up these corrections and then we'll click on that settings icon. And here we are in Grammarly's keyboard settings. I won't go through the settings because they're pretty self-explanatory, but you'll see there's also an option there to change your language preferences depending on the version of English you type in. Also at the bottom is where you'll see your personal dictionary if you've signed in to Grammarly. There you can add words to prevent Grammarly from correcting them. And that's it. That is how to install and use the Grammarly keyboard on your mobile device. I hope you found this video useful. For more videos and tips like these, be sure to subscribe to the channel and you can check out my blog, facultyofapps.com. Until next time, thank you very much for watching.